All right. Hi, everybody. I am Dr. Anna Saylor, and with Van Every Family Chiropractic Center. And today we're talking about kicking the sick. So I'm going to let some people jump on here right now, but I just wanted to talk about how to keep your family healthy. So let's give it a minute. All right. Okay. So once again, I'm Dr. Anna Saylor with Van Every Family Chiropractic Center. We're located in Royal Oak, Michigan. So I'm a chiropractor, and I've been a chiropractor for 20 years. So we are going to dive into the best ways to keep your family healthy this season, especially. So right now, everybody's talking about getting sick. So people are already talking about and worried about, like, are their kids going to get sick? Are they going to make it through this next season of school? And are they going to start missing school? So we kind of are diving into, I always say there's 4 seasons, and the flu season is not one of them. So 4 seasons, flu is not one of them. And what does that mean? It means that we start thinking about the flu season and getting sick, and it kind of starts just a cycle of stress. So there are seasons of stress. There are seasons of we're inside more and we're not getting outside as much as we should. There's seasons of overeating. So we're coming up in the holidays. So we have Halloween, and then, right behind Halloween is Thanksgiving, and right behind Thanksgiving is Christmas, and then we have Valentine's Day, or I guess New Year's Eve is in there. And we always talk about how one action could lead into the next and the next. So we have a season of eating a lot of junk, or a season of eating a lot of sugar. Like I said, Halloween is right around the corner, and we all know, like, I don't eat candy bars, but I sure can eat those almond joys, because they're only this big, in our kids' Halloween baskets. So both my kids, they know to save the almond joys for me. All year long, I don't eat almond joys. But when it comes to Halloween, I cannot resist them. I'll admit it. It's just, so there's this season of sugar. So what, can we do to help boost our immune system? Well, first of all, let's talk about what your immune system is. Your immune system is your body's defense. It's the first line of defense, fighting against everything that is constantly bombarded with you. So you're always going to be around viruses. You're always going to be around bacteria. Every time you touch a door handle, every time you go to the bathroom, every time you sit in a meeting, every time your child goes to school, every time your child goes to daycare, they are constantly, and you're constantly surrounded with bacteria and viruses. So why do some people get sick and some don't? So the answer is they have a really powerful immune system. And your immune system is what allows you to fight things off. Okay? So let's talk about what causes the common low immune systems. So we talk here a lot about the 4 T's. 4 T's are trauma, thoughts, toxins, and technology. So trauma is going to be the big one. Most people remember the big falls, the car accidents. It's going to put a trauma into your body, and then you can't fight things off better. But it's the daily traumas you do, the daily traumas that your children do that you don't think about really put a stress on the nervous system and a stress on the body. So repetitive sports, sitting at your computer for 9 hours a day in a really awkward position. So if this was, like you're not in a really good position. So it's the traumas, and let me back it up. If you think about it as a bucket, and every day you put those T's in the bucket, as long as you're under this threshold, you're never going to notice it. It's when your bucket is filled and one more thing is going to send it over. So that's how you fill your bucket up, is with the 4 T's. So trauma, thoughts. Stress is what really wreaks havoc with your body and your immune system. Women especially, we're the ones that are constantly juggling. We're the ones that are constantly got 8,000 balls in the air, and we're trying to manage them. And we're managing households, we're managing kids, we're managing all the things that we're always doing. And it's stress that actually brings most women into the practice here. It's stress and thoughts and emotional thoughts is what really, like, if you think about it, you get really mad. What does your body do? You automatically tight up. You automatically everything just tightens. And that's going to actually stress your body. So first T is trauma, second T is thoughts, third T is toxins. And toxins plays a really huge part in it because most people think, oh, things are toxic. Well, toxins can mean not only what you put in your body, but what you don't put in your body. So if you're not eating well and you're not taking your vitamins and you're not staying hydrated, that's a toxin to your system too. So we want to, like, if you have a low, like we talked about the season of sugar. So if you're eating a lot of sugar and you're not getting the protein you need and you're not taking vitamins, it's a toxin to your whole system. And that's really what fills your bucket up. So you and your children too. So that's the third T. And fourth T is technology. We've been in a war with technology for a while now, and it's not going away. And technology, you don't think about how it affects your brain and how it affects your children's brains. So technology, we're constantly being bombarded with images, electronics, things that are just going to stress our nervous system and stress our body, which lowers our immune system. So technology is a huge component of that. Okay, a couple other things that really affect and keep your immune system low: not getting enough sleep. And all those four T's actually affect your sleep. When you are sleeping is when you're healing. So if you're not sleeping as well as you should, your body's not able to fight things off as well as it should. So you want to think about how can you get your children to sleep better. I'll have to admit, right now it's Halloween season in our household, and my youngest daughter decorated her room, and she kind of went a little scary. And so last night she did not want to sleep in her bedroom. So today we're gonna have to do a little undecorating. So she said, like, she has an owl, and she has some scary things that I thought she could handle and she can't. So we're gonna have to work on her sleep tonight for sure. Not getting enough exercise. Right now it's a season of, it's actually kind of nice in Michigan, which is kind of crazy. But it is coming up on some really cold weather. So we start going inside more. We don't get the exercise we need. Our kids are not going outside as much as they should. So lack of exercise can really stress your immune system. So those are kind of things that keep your immune system low. So let's talk about how we can keep your immune system high. Okay. So how do you fight it? My job is to teach you how to be proactive, not reactive. Hello. So we want you to be on the front end of it, and I want you to fight things off and fight them hard so no one in your family gets sick. That is the goal. The number one thing we hear in our practice is my kids don't get sick anymore. And the number one thing you can do to keep you and your family healthy is through chiropractic care. Yep, I said it. Chiropractic regular adjustments can make a huge difference in boosting your immune system. Number one thing we hear from every single mom and family in this practice is, my kids didn't get sick last year, and they used to always be sick. My kids didn't miss school last year, and they used to miss a lot of school. We hear it all the time. And research shows that a chiropractic adjustment, regular chiropractic adjustments, so there's a difference, and we'll talk about that. Regular chiropractic adjustments is the number one thing you can do to boost your immune system. And it boosts it 200 to 400%. So that's a pretty big boost, and I'll take that. So regular chiropractic adjustments. And what does regular mean? And it can mean a number of different things. But we really look at you, we look at your family to find out first of all, how filled up is your bucket? And how often are you filling your bucket up? And then we kind of go back and say, okay, this is what is regular for you and your family to keep you healthy. Okay, so by far, number one thing, chiropractic adjustments. Okay, backing it up, there's some things that you can do though, outside of here. Eating a balanced diet, eating whole foods. That is really the biggest thing that you can do. Fuel your body with really good things. Good protein, good vegetables, good fruits. We talked earlier about sugar. Like right now, sugar is not our friend, and we're really fighting against it. But this is where we have to start with really good balanced diet, and then we can add the treats on top of it. So eating a balanced diet, hydrating. Here's my water bottle. So these are my little tricks that I said in the last one. I put rubber bands, so I know I've already drank 2 full bottles this morning, and I have 1 more to go because 3 is my number, and then my magic number for me. So hydration if you are dehydrated, you think about your cells. If each cell, you want your cells to be fat and juicy, really, not in certain areas, but overall. But if you are dehydrated and this cell shrinks and it's crunchy and it's not able to fight things, so when a virus or a bacteria comes in, your body can't fight it. So hydration is going to be a huge component of how you can stave off bacteria infections and viruses. Vitamin C, plenty of vitamin C. There's a lot of different things. You obviously can get them in food, but also doing things that will really proactively boost chewable vitamin C's. There's a lot of different really cool products out there that really help you, boost your vitamin C. Cooking with herbs and spices. So there's a lot of really cool spices too that you don't think about, but onions and garlic and pepper and turmeric and things that you can actually add into your diet and your children's diet. I know it's a little harder with kids and eating, because even my kids are a little picky. So looking at the things that you can add to their diet too, and maybe hiding a few things, but that is going to help boost your immune system and keep you healthy. 7 to 8 hours of sleep. It seems like a really easy thing, but it's not. It's really not a very easy thing to do in this day and age too. So looking at really specific things that you can do to get your kids in bed on time and get yourself in bed in time. And that's where that technology comes in, not watching electronics before they go to bed. You too. Our whole household, we all sleep upstairs, and it is a, cell phone free, electronic free, TV free zone. Just because all of us are readers at night. And so that is what calms all of our nervous systems down and allows us to get really good sleep. Okay, next, your gut. So your digestive system. Most people don't think about it, but 80% of your immune system is housed in your digestive tract. So if you're not going to the bathroom on a regular basis, if you are not taking care of your gut on a regular basis, you can actually decrease your immune system and you cannot fight things off very well. So you want to make sure that you have a really healthy gut. Things like digestive enzymes, probiotics, things that are going to support hydration is going to be a key with the gut too, but making sure that you and your children are going to the bathroom on a regular basis. Constipation is really, it kind of goes hand in hand with a really lower immune system. So looking at that, 80% of your immune system, I repeat it, 80% is in your gut. So keep it healthy. That leads to antibiotics. So avoiding antibiotics if you can. If you do get sick, and chances are it's a virus, giving you an antibiotic is just going to destroy all the good bacteria in your body, and it's not going to do anything for a virus. So the whole system of really a lot of people getting antibiotics and overuse of antibiotics for things that don't need antibiotics is really not a wise idea. But if you do have to have an antibiotic, make sure you're supported with a probiotic, because the two go hand in hand. And then things like essential oils. For all of you oily friends out there, and y'all have oily friends. So a couple things that really help. We use On Guard in our practice in our house. And On Guard is known to help with viruses and bacteria too. So it's one of those we use as a protection. So when the flu season starts, we actually put it on the chest before the kids go to school. I put it on before I go to practice, because I'm around a lot of people and the kids are around a lot of people. So there's a lot of different oils that can really help protect you. So remember, we're in the protection right now. Exercise. It's not only a great way to keep in shape, but it's a really good way to boost your immune system. But it's also a really good way to make sure you're sleeping well, and it's a really good way to get everything flowing and fighting and everything moving. So walking, exercise doesn't have to be like, oh my gosh, I'm at the gym. It can be a good walk, which leads me into sunlight. Because right now we're going into the season. There is sun right now, but I know it's getting darker right now. So we're not getting enough sunlight, which means we're not getting enough vitamin D. So getting out, walking your dog, going for a walk with the kids, just doing things that need to be outside are going to really help with, sun. We need that vitamin D. Okay. Seems really easy, but relax, laugh. Laughter can boost your immune system. So we're having a really fun thing right now in the office, and we play bingo in October, and the kids are doing silly dances and they're telling jokes, And there's always a method to my madness, and that's one of those ways, because I want to laugh. I want my staff to laugh. I want the kids in my practice to laugh. I want our parents to laugh. So those little silly things make a huge difference. Find out what brings you joy and what brings your children joy, and make sure that we repeat that. Rinse, repeat, rinse, repeat. What brings you joy? What brings you laughter? Laughter is really, truly the best medicine that you can use. Okay, my mom reminded me, I talk to my mom on the way in every day, and she reminded me, wash your hands. So it was one of those things that wasn't even on my list. And I was like, yeah, you're right, Mom. Thanks for that reminder, Mom, if you're watching. Washing your hands, because we're constantly touching things, and your kids are constantly touching things. Even in our practice, we do a good job of really trying to keep everything clean, but we have toys and we have doors and we have handles. And so making sure that you teach your children how to wash their hands really good and how you to wash your hands really good. I remember doing an experiment, oh my gosh, it must have been like 10th grade. And you put viruses on your hands and you washed them. And then you put your hands in a petri dish and you watched what grew. And I still to this day can see my handprints with mold. Like, yuck, 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 yuck. And it taught me how to wash my hands better, because most people, kids, you do this and you're not going between your fingers. And that's where most of the germs actually were. And everybody, it wasn't just me. I did not have just dirty hands, but it was where everybody missed when we were young. So teaching your children how to wash their hands properly and using good soap. So thanks, Mom, for that tip. Okay. So a couple things if you do get sick. So you might be thinking, well, I'm already sick right now. What do I do right now? My kids are sick right now. We want to do as much as we can to be proactive, but we do get sick. There are going to be times when we're under those stress. There's going to be times when we're not eating as well. So there's going to be times where our immune systems are lower and we just couldn't fight off what we needed to fight off. Okay. So if you do get sick and your children are sick, here's a couple really good tips. First of all, like I said, get adjusted. Number one thing, call my office, get in. So we hear it all the time. We're like, oh, I was sick. I did not want to get you sick. Or my kids were sick and I just don't want to get your staff sick. First of all, we get adjusted on a regular basis. All of us, every single one. Part of the job description is you come in and you work here, you get adjusted. So, and they all love it. So it's actually boosting your immune system. Our immune systems are super healthy. Our immune systems are super strong. We can fight off anything, okay? So you bringing a child in that's sick is the best thing you can do for that child. The best time to get adjusted is when you are sick or your children are sick. So that's gonna really automatically give you a huge boost in red blood cells. It's gonna help fight your immune system. It's gonna fight it hard. I always say with the kids, it's like our job is to get the boogers out. Better to be out than in. We want everything to be out, okay? So getting adjusted is the number one thing if you're already sick. Next, Echinacea Golden Seal, and I have one of those products. So I'm gonna go through a couple of the products that I really love. Echinacea by far, and remember this is boosting your immune system. So if you're sick right now, Echinacea is not something that you wanna take on a regular basis. It's something that you only wanna use as a booster. 3 to 5 days, hit it hard. There's liquid, so I like the liquid. There is Liquid Kids. I like putting it in, my youngest daughter loves pineapple juice. So we put a little bit in pineapple juice and she said it's her drink and she drinks it and it's gonna boost everything. So Echinacea and Golden Seal are really one of those products that I love. Elderberry syrup. And you can get it in a syrup form, you can get it in gummy bears, you can make your own. I'm not a cook, so there's no way I'm making my own, but it sounds so great. I just saw an Instant Pot recipe for your own elderberry syrup. And I was like, that's awesome. Never gonna do it, but it's awesome. I know I have a couple patients that like make it. I'm like, oh, bring me some, bring me some. So elderberry syrup is actually one of those really good products that help boost your immune system. Has a lot of other really good qualities, but boosting your immune. So if you are sick right now, elderberry syrup. Okay. Garlic. Garlic is a natural antibiotic. So one of the things I do, and I tell especially with my moms with younger kids, take, those big jars of minced garlic. You can get a big one at Costco for like $3. Minced garlic, a little bit of olive oil, make it a paste, put it on the base of your child's feet and put socks on. The young kids, if they're under like a certain, like under 6 months, you want to wash it off pretty quick. So just even a couple minutes, The base of the feet are amazing. It gets through the whole system. You will smell it on your baby's breath, like literally within 5 minutes. But it's fighting the things off naturally. So garlic, garlic, garlic. Older kids, you can keep it on for longer, garlic pills, but I love that minced garlic right on the feet. Yes, you're going to stink, and that is okay. No, I'd rather have a stinky baby than a sick baby. Okay. Skinner's, one of the products that I love, 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 love is this, and I've carried it for 20 years in my office, and this product amazes me all the time. But this for sinuses, for colds, same thing. It's like a Dr. Strength Vicks. So it's like an old school product that has been around forever. My kids know if they start to feel a little down, they actually put it right on their feet. They put their socks on and then they go to bed. Well, they actually get adjusted and then they put the Skinner's on and then go to bed. So Skinner's you can put right on your feet. You can put it on your chest. It really opens up the sinus cavities. It helps everything. So this is for adults and kids. Love, love, love Skinner's. So, and a little bit goes a really long way. So this jar, I swear I've had one, and this is like 4 years later, I still have it. Ethicalium, and I don't even know if I'm saying it right. It's this big long word, and I will post it. But it's like 8 million S's and C's, but it's one of those products that if you are flu-like symptoms, it's a really amazing homeopathic. We carry it here, but I know like Walgreens carries it and CVS carries it. Amazing. It cuts your flu-like symptoms down in half. So if you're feeling, and it's like this, it's like a little shooter of BBs. And with kids, you can put it in water and have them drink it, or you can put them right in your mouth. I cannot say, this is one of those things that you need to get in your household now and have it on hand. It is an amazing just in case. I hope I never have to use it. So if we're being proactive, you never have to use it, but if you have it, you need it. Okay, so Ethicalium. Like I said, essential oils like On Guard, here's what I use. On Guard is one of those things that, yes, we use it as a protection mechanism, but we also, when you are under attack, we put it on the base of the feet, we put it on the back of the spine, put it especially in the back of the neck, which is going to help this area here. It's going to help with the viruses, it's going to help fight things off, it's going to help you get better quicker. Hot water with lemon, ginger, organic honey. Raw honey is by far one of those things that most people don't think about. But when you can get a really good raw organic honey, it'll make a huge difference in how you feel and how your children feel. Obviously, drinking water, again, lots of water, hydrate, and vitamin C. So I am a huge fan of Emergency, those little packets. You just put it in water and drink it. Just because it's giving you 1,000 milligrams of vitamin C, and we just don't get enough in our food. So if you looked at like what you ate yesterday, did you get enough vitamin C, enough vitamin D, enough of the good stuff? So Emergency packets are really good to have on hand. And then last but not least, if you have a fever or your child has a fever, Tylenol's done a really, really good job of freaking you out and telling you that fever's bad. They're amazing marketers. Because as soon as your child has a fever, number one thing we hear, oh my God, my child has a fever. What do I do? What do I do? How do I bring it down? What do I need to give them? Fever is the body's natural defense mechanism against the bad stuff. Yes, it sucks as a parent. Nothing is worse than watching your child with a fever. So there's a difference between like a 104 fever and a 101 fever. When your child is lethargic, yes, please, please bring it down. But my analogy always is, do you want to cook the chicken at 200 or at 400? Do you want to cook it? You don't really want to cook a chicken at 200 because what it's going to do, it's not going to cook it. It's not going to get the bad stuff off. You want to actually cook the chicken at a higher temperature to kill off the bacteria. And if you're bringing your fever down, it's basically fighting off the little bacteria that are just not that bad, but it's leaving the super bacterias. And so that's why your kids stay sicker longer. So I know it stinks. I know as a parent, it stinks. But if you can learn how to ride those fevers out just a little bit and think that it's actually helping, it's really doing an amazing job of fighting off. The body is fighting those bacteria really, really hard, and it's doing an amazing job. So keeping your child hydrated and keeping them, like keeping them, calm and doing things like cold compresses and cool baths versus giving them Tylenol is one of the number one things you can do to help them stay healthy. Okay. So there's my little rant on fever, because it's really like people just freak out. I still remember the first time my husband, my first daughter had a fever, and he called the pediatrician in the middle of the night, and I swear it was like 99. And the pediatrician's like, call me when it's 104, and hung up on him. So like, I get it. I've been there as a parent, especially a first time parent. Like, you freak out about everything. Okay, so what can you do? Stop stressing about it and do something about it. Just like this whole conversation is being proactive. How do we kick the sick? How do we make sure that this season is an amazing season? How do we make sure that our kids are healthy and our family's healthy and we're healthy? Taking those tips and being really proactive and going, what can I do today? Can I drink more water today to help me? Can I get out in the sunshine today? Because it is sunny today. What else can you do to be proactive so you are not going to get sick? Obviously, if you have a chiropractor, call them today. If you have a chiropractor you love, call them. Get on their schedule, get adjusted. Number one thing you can do, get adjusted. Get adjusted today, get adjusted tomorrow, get on their schedule. If you don't have a chiropractor you love, I would love to be your family chiropractor. I've been doing this for 20 years. We are a family practice. We see a ton of kids. We see a ton of babies, and this is what we do. Our technique is super gentle. If you want more information, go to our website. There's no cracking, there's no popping. Kids love to get adjusted. We have a jungle room. It's fun. We make it fun. Like I said, we're playing bingo right now, and we're having a lot of fun. So if you don't have a chiropractor, please listen to this message and call. Because like what I said, the number one thing that you can do to boost your immune system is get adjusted. So if I'm your chiropractor, call us now. If you haven't been adjusted this week, call us, because we know something's coming. This flu season is right around the corner. The holiday season, right around the corner. Okay, so if you have any questions, please reach out to us. Please give me a call. I am here to help you, and all of us are here to help you too. So you guys have an amazing day, but pick one thing to make sure that your immune system is boosted today. See you later. Bye, everybody.